The WTA Race to the Finals is heating up, and this ranking is telling a very different story from the regular WTA rankings. Here's the key difference. The regular WTA rankings are based on a rolling ranking period, while the Race to the WTA Finals counts only the points players have earned during the 2026 season. And that makes this ranking especially important right now. It shows us who is actually having the strongest season and, more importantly, who is on course to qualify for the WTA Finals at Indian Wells Tennis Garden in November. With the Canadian Open in Toronto currently underway, the battle is becoming even more interesting. The current qualification line sits at 7,118 points. That means nobody inside this top 30 has officially reached the qualification mark yet. So let's start at number 30 and work our way all the way to number 1. At number 30 is Canada's Leylah Fernandez with 1,080 points, moving up 4 places. Fernandez is one of the biggest movers in this week's race. Playing in front of her home crowd in Toronto, she has reached the round of 16 and added 119 race points. At number 29 is America's Hailey Baptiste with 1,153 points. Baptiste drops 1 spot and hasn't added any points from Toronto in this update, but she has already shown plenty of potential throughout the 2026 season. Number 28 belongs to Greece's Maria Sakkari with 1,163 points, moving up 1 place. Sakkari added 65 points in Toronto after reaching the round of 32. At number 27 is Italy's Jasmine Paolini with 1,194 points. Paolini remains just outside the top 25 in the race as she looks to build another strong second half of the season. Number 26 is America's Emma Navarro with 1,313 points. Navarro picked up 10 points in Toronto after exiting in the opening round. At number 25 is Latvia's Jelena Ostapenko with 1,414 points. Ostapenko also collected 10 points in Toronto following her round of 64 exit. Number 24 is Poland's Maja Świętka with 1,474 points. She produced one of the biggest surprise runs of the year at Roland Garros, reaching her first Grand Slam final after an incredible tournament. That French Open run was one of the defining breakthrough stories of the season and gave Świętka a major boost in the race. Her Toronto campaign, however, ended in the round of 64. At number 23 is Czech Republic's Marie Bouzkova with 1,500 points. Bouzkova also exited Toronto in the opening round, adding 10 points. Number 22 is Anastasia Potapova of Austria with 1,558 points. Potapova reached the round of 32 in Toronto and picked up 65 points. At number 21 is America's Amanda Anisimova with 1,618 points. Anisimova is through to the round of 16 in Toronto, adding 120. She has also been one of the more dangerous players in the biggest events this year, making her someone to watch as the race enters its decisive stages. Number 20 is Russia's Anna Kalinskaya with 1,663 points. Kalinskaya added 65 points in Toronto after reaching the round of 32. At number 19 is Belgium's Elise Mertens with 1,665 points. Mertens also reached the round of 32 in Toronto, collecting another 65 race points. Number 18 is America's Madison Keys with 1,750 points. Keys added 65 points in Toronto, but her 2026 season has been about much more than this one tournament. The Grand Slam champion remains a dangerous opponent whenever she finds her best level. At number 17 is Japan's Naomi Osaka with 1,842 points. Osaka put together an impressive Wimbledon campaign, another major sign that the former world number 1 is getting closer to her best. And now in Toronto, Osaka is still alive in the race, adding 120 points by reaching the round of 16. Number 16 is America's Eva Joik with 1,927 points. The teenager has enjoyed a breakthrough season, and has already shown that she can compete with established WTA players. She picked up another 65 points in Toronto after reaching the round of 32. At number 15 is Switzerland's Belinda Bencic with 1,972 points, moving up one place. Bencic is through to the Toronto round of 16 and has added 120 points. She has also been one of the more consistent players in the race and remains within striking distance of the names ahead of her. Now we reach number 14, and this is arguably one of the hottest storylines in women's tennis right now. Alexandra Eala of the Philippines sits at number 14 with 1,997 points. But her position in the race doesn't really tell the full story of the momentum she has built over the past few weeks. Eala made history at the Washington Open by winning her first WTA Tour-level singles title, becoming the first Filipino player ever to win a WTA singles title. And it wasn't just the title. Eala defeated a spectacular list of opponents along the way, including Zheng Qinwen, Leylah Fernandez, Elena Svitolina, and Naomi Osaka, before coming from behind to defeat top seed Jessica Pegula in the final. She won the final 9 games of that rain-delayed championship match. And now, the Eala Express has continued in Toronto. She has extended her winning streak to 7 consecutive matches, and the buzz surrounding her has become enormous. She is already into the round of 16 and has added 119 race points in Toronto. What started as a promising 2026 season is quickly turning into something potentially transformational. At number 13 is Russia's Diana Schneider, with 2,000 points. Schneider is also through to the round of 16 in Toronto, adding another 120 points. Number 12 is Romania's Sorana Cirstea, with 2,055 points. Cirstea drops one place after picking up 10 points in Toronto. At number 11 is Poland's Iga Świątek, with 2,274 points, moving up one position. It has been a very different 2026 season for the former world number 1, but she continues to fight her way back into the race. And in Toronto, Świątek has looked increasingly comfortable, reaching the round of 16 and adding 120 points. And now, we enter the top 10. At number 10 is Canada's Victoria Mboko with 2,393 points. Mboko has been one of the breakout young stars of the 2026 season. The Canadian has already picked up major wins and established herself among the leading young players on tour. Although she skipped Toronto this year, her season-long performance has been enough to keep her inside the race's top 10. At number 9 is Ukraine's Marta Kostyuk, with 3,395 points. Kostyuk is through to the round of 16 in Toronto and has added another 120 race points. She remains firmly in the conversation for the WTA Finals. Number 8 is America's Coco Gauff with 3,604 points. Gauff may not have had the dominant title-winning season many expected, but her consistency has kept her firmly in the race. She reached the finals of major WTA 1000 events in Miami and Rome, while also making deep runs at the Grand Slams. And now in Toronto, Gauff has reached the round of 16 and added another 120 points. At number 7 is Czech Republic's Linda Noskova with 3,684 points. Noskova is the 2026 Wimbledon champion. The 21-year-old produced a breakthrough run at the All England Club and defeated fellow Czech Karolina Muchova in an unforgettable final. That victory gave Noskova her first Grand Slam title and established her as one of the biggest young stars in women's tennis. At number 6 is fellow Czech Karolina Muchova with 4,270 points. Muchova may have lost the Wimbledon final, but her 2026 season has still been exceptional. She won the Doha WTA 1000 title earlier in the year and produced several deep runs before reaching her first Wimbledon final. Number 5 is Ukraine's Elena Svitolina with 4,344 points, moving up one place. Svitolina has returned to the top 10 and has consistently made deep tournament runs throughout the season. Earlier in the year, she won titles in Auckland and at the Italian Open. Now, Svitolina is through to the round of 16 in Toronto, adding another 120 points. At number 4 is America's Jessica Pegula, with 4,395 points. Pegula has been one of the most consistent players in the race all season. She has put together deep runs across some of the biggest tournaments and was also the runner-up in Washington. Now back in Toronto, Pegula has reached the round of 16 and added another 120 race points. At number 3 is Kazakhstan's Elena Rybakina with 4,747 points. Rybakina has enjoyed one of the strongest seasons on tour. She started 2026 by winning the Australian Open, capturing her second Grand Slam title after defeating Aryna Sabalenka in the final. And now, Rybakina is through to the round of 16 in Toronto, adding another 120 points. At number 2 is Russia's Mira Andreeva with 5,064 points. Andreeva has arguably been the biggest young star of the season. At Roland Garros, she captured her first Grand Slam title, defeating Maja Chwalinska in the final. Andreeva currently sits just 1 point behind the leader. Her Toronto campaign ended in the round of 32, where she added 65 points. And that brings us to number 1. Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus sits at the top of the WTA race with 5,065 points. Sabalenka leads the race by just 1 point over Andreeva. She has also reached the round of 16 in Toronto, adding another 120 race points to her total. Sabalenka has remained one of the most consistent players at the biggest tournaments, and once again, she is positioning herself for another appearance at the WTA Finals. So there is still a significant amount of tennis to be played before anyone can officially celebrate qualifying. And can Alexandra Eala keep this incredible run going? Let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. The race is officially on.